do ana Xabi Alonso edi say season we no Real Madrid for ball no wakasa bebre afa ho se obesesa no so na nipa do na na ekohwe Xabi Alonso style be na Real Madrid for the ball insisa yi be ba na so na nkofo adwen kran hye da any results ne so kese by the style of play, the approach of Real Madrid and na nkofo ehwehwe on say before the game na Xabi Alonso akasa say ye be proactive football ye be rock and roll football enti obi ekohwe say Real Madrid ensem na Xabi Alonso kai no on betimenya total dominance on be beautiful football attractive football on be control game na any ade na nipa dodo na kwa akwetwe by kwaku nukra wo ri say ye hu ne sa and me personally as a Real Madrid fan na me expect say Xabi Alonso be ni menimu ya no or be say Real Madrid for style of play within some few days enti na me de nim say entimi nkonya sa ensisa ye bebre or Real Madrid style of play ni by na hu be hia say ye ba akọ say ye be hu signs bi say ensisa ye be ba na kwaku in as much as enra yanse de hu Real Madrid or dominate hilafo no omo ba attractive football no mi hu Xabi Alonso ade na opese oye no mi hu kakra o mentimi anyo by mi hu science ne say this particular style of play this approach and Xabi Alonso pese obo on say nra odi kan boy back four no boy no so what Xabi Alonso will Liverpool na anytime bia no say wan nya back three no back four so no ni kura ball na opese onya back three enti kwaku say o follow Xabi Alonso ye share game na se no na we no eye under 1 minute 1 minute no Xabi Alonso back four no sha se obebo no anytime you make kura ball ni bia no Trent Alexander-Arnold e move inside ebeka Tchouaméni hu na back four no abeda ne back three because Frank Garcia abeka no abeka Dinhausen ana Asensio hu na ye back three na Arnold e move aban finfin ho no abeka Tchouaméni hu sa Tchouaméni no abeka ne hu no e allow Jude Bellingham ana Fede Valverde say omo moving ko manim kakra the moment on be move akọ manim no anytime dia na Xabi Alonso expect say Vini Junior ana Rodrigo be stay wide so anytime bi Xabi Alonso be kura ball ni bia no de mi hu ni say no person Real Madrid for use a 3-3 okay enu Xabi Alonso ade a mi kan hu ye no say Real Madrid for kura ball ni bia na in possession or person almost a structure no 3-3 and the reason why your person 3-3 ni say or person build it from the back or build it from the back I now say Arnold abeka midfielders no obenya numbers won finfin to control the game so o control game no won finfin wa or won fini on the left or Rodrigo on the right on betimasa expanded the wide area now etimi utilize our wing so or build it from the back no when you control in the midfield now I say utilize your wings no and no the style of play na Xabi Alonso episode use by no kra wo ma won here say boys no omuntimi enti ase untimi use one game emfa enti ase because one a chain now person or building from no the me who in say e only Dinhausen and a ball likra na no ye comfortable apart from Dinhausen players are no more tron so more building from the back and no munye too comfortable and am finfin na Xabi Alonso expected Real Madrid for me for this say on be control game no obi to say Tchouaméni onye ball controller Tchouaméni enye deep lying playmaker Tchouaméni eye destroyer and oye distributor ne de ne say obegire wa beje ball obesay opponent play na we jai ball nim ne de no onye deep lying playmaker enti ebe take time ansa na Tchouaméni at Xabi Alonso system na say obi to say Fede Valverde oye destroyer oye distributor and oye ball carrier onye controller enti onu so be take time kakra sa ofa Jude Bellingham de no say obe hold the ball obe distribute obe carry ball no obe protect ball no obe timi dribble ball no de ball na konanim ono so nya typical controller enti ade ba kwa Real Madrid for lucky say typical midfield obe control game dia momo obe ti say Vitinha obe ti say Pedri line bi no Frankie de Jong Real Madrid for lack a ball controller
me ba cho o ball controller na wo ka no 6 die ni bia na say they'll be creating ebia 8 the be now 10 because looks like Florentino Perez a creative midfielder and coach no so a 6 I'll be controlling no
omu hia ni mienu
sir
yes Madrid hia a deep line playmaker et say Vitinho be gina defenders nanim on the better direction of play ball in left and right yem calm game ne down yem distribute ball no on the be deep line obe gina defenders nanim obe hia bi and obe say here at offensive midfield or you creative I obe tima breaking lines
no come mo 3-man midfield say ye de mienu sa be shemu a one year drop no
and I make sure say boys no mo no betima ye mpokre be take time and me mu ya de emfa
in the case say yanto e bia ma no midfield wa sa 6 wo no e menye obi ama na ba na
enti na nura mehwe enti na nura na me hu ne say or try say Arnold more time obe invert no
no be boa kakra
no be boa mfimfio that's the reason why mostly na Arnold invert no be boa mfimfio because obe hia midfielder onimbo oni kura enti Real Madrid the Real Madrid fan na facho team say make give time because Oma Bonda Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid ball ni direct transitional omo nim ball na yem fam kura yem build it from the back yem control mfimfi yen yi opponent ni mfim no afina enye so many you by enye almost style of play no
ebe
take time kakra ana say no wo hwe ya ma me time na no press no on say Xabi Alonso ye say opese olusu ball mo be press tentem eno ye shake game na say anu me notice ya de ba ko time no
1 minute 26 seconds
Real Madrid for ye
omo air pressing corner start say attack and Madrid rise from there no
and to on Xabi Alonso anyo opese de Real Madrid say ye lose ball na no eni si ma opponent ni kura ball ni check e wo si e press yo mo but no to so enya Real Madrid first time ni say obe press high
enra edrum pempen so bi ase na omo de mu di agro no mu ntimi press boy
because say Real Madrid for no air press ya omo ani mo na press ya ube hia players no mo achiro say omo be back the press enti the press ani be two opponent ni so a onya comfortable onya time on relax enti wo man the pressure na opponent with teammates ni back press na either say player ni be your mistake obeje bo na free ni say na so be long but in the case of Real Madrid say omo press ya obi am back press no enti ema hilafo no enya space enya time na afede omo de Madrid fo edi agro enti we video no sa video na oyiye no sanka kan betima say yibi ma
but omo fanfa TV no so kwa mai why
omo ball ma abate no omo ball ma abate sa because Real Madrid for press higher omo ntimi back press ema spaces in between the lines no enti na easy say hilafo ni betime kra ball a progressive no enti sa ohwe ya etire Xabi Alonso hu say emu aye di enti na wo say o shift ko ne normal 442 enti ombe ball ma batay sa
catch your video ni nie
sana bro neti omunim hawa ye press yipa enye omo style no on say Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti opponent ni kura bomba be gu akira na the ball na but we win ball na abon transition but say Xabi Alonso per se omo press no omo ye oje ball no enti a gradual process enye just one match e be take time
a good yepa no
but problem we woman here say Real Madrid so entimi ma sa time no problem kakra mi so de ma Xabi Alonso no after players ni be take time on say after the game ana koto aka say omo ntimi nsu just 3-4 days and France is almost style of play abra omo adapt to a style of play for almost 4 years e be take time and that time na e be take no on be adapting them so one adapting them a o be La Liga o be UEFA Champions League so one ntimi adapting them now La Liga Barcelona sa twu mu bebre Champions League usa ko free man na mfa so be na wo so mi suro kakra e de ma Xabi Alonso by second half no adagula ebe no asemi hu say na Real Madrid for play ni ye kakra because adagula no timi kura ball ne kakra na second half no na ye ba kwakwade ba ko a mi yem sa hye me so we notice ya Real Madrid for defend no Arnold no obo right back ana Fran Garcia no obo left back no time they are no move back inside narrowly anytime they are Real Madrid defend no Arnold no obo right back ana Fran Garcia no obo left back no omo move back inside narrowly oh expect to say Real Madrid for wingers Rodrigo ni Vinicius Junior na ebe occupy sa wide area ho in terms of defense say Real Madrid left back no right back move narrowly omo pese omo stop Hila for say omo nya sa central control but problem omo facing here say Arnold ne Fran Garcia e move narrowly Abrantia your friend Vinicius Junior ni Rodrigo and occupy wide area ho enti Hila for no almost switch play call left right almost captain no how I know the Real Madrid food agro I know motate Arnold and Sesana Xabi Alonso be ya any okosia Barcelona more good wingers almost kofa Nico Williams be kan ho any ya so be issue
I think say nyina ye ki o me hiamre
aha ebini
because say no defenders no more defend narrow who defend narrow the other just we jai wide areas na dia ma opponent
and to train na konya team o good wingers a obekum
asemo
ana say Barca konya Lamine no onya Nico Williams a on be high ade
inti comfort the pass over be 36 passes number 9 can ball
Debbie
hey
and you better take time go
Eradi Yesu
we are Madrid fan na you nya abotre kakra be take time
36 more baby o
e be take time but no odidie say be fa
okay
no odidie say be fa by enya ni manimu ya and most especially remember the coach team mo nimbo kra dia ene embe dene
ti we Hilal for kra na pass be 36 and Barca ayo ni o meji be
you when they say e be take time by e be fa
I think we all agree say it will take time
e be take time e be take time kwaku ma member transfers ne so ma na bigi embra on sa uko Italy the most successful club ewo Italian Serie A the old ladies Juventus Omaji Serie A ne 36 times. Now recently Napoli and Inter Milan na dominate Italian Serie A no. Juventus in penny for say on person almost abedi Italian Serie A no. No mo leaders every department. No metri ho no almost o muni leader. Enti omo ko Barcelona. Barcelona for a captain. Omo player, omo center back. Ronald Araujo. Omo kwa kofa no. Juventus for say ombe here leader ewo metri ho. Enti omo ko Barcelona. Na Barcelona omo defender Ronald Araujo. Juventus for akwa kofa no. No mo ogidie say omo de offer mu edu eba akoma Barcelona for no. No mo sa de offer mu edu akoma Ronald Araujo. No mo de sa offer no koma team na omo ogidie so menya samra Ronald Araujo amena be see akan de ma Juventus. Na no magria Juventus for afa. On say Nico Williams abeto do say Barcelona betimi afa no ma register na. Omo financial fair play space no. And what say omo timi free 25 million euros. Enti e basa na what say Barcelona ton player kese baako. Na free space no mo de betimi register Nico Williams. Na omo betimi ton player baako a ene abrante friend say eye Ronald Araujo eka ho. And the release clause no from 1st July to 15th of July e reduce by 65 million euros. Enti Juventus ese omo ko Barcelona akofa Ronald Araujo. When the can say Thomas Partey issue ne ho. Na kwaku de tuamu nie. Thomas Partey ne Arsenal komodie no slow down kakra. Na slow down ni nyina ne say Arsenal for Partey so betina. Partey person otina London because oni negusuafo assettle wo London. Enti Arsenal for say Partey person otina. Partey so person otina Arsenal sanka problem bi ani ho. By problem ama sa di oni nyina o matinya stop ni nyina yiskasem. Mame Arsenal for omo salary omo wages no. Arsenal for wages no. The odis kakase power Arsenal. As it stands now, Kai Havertz £280,000 a week. And a Kai Havertz edge. Gabriel Jesus etosu mienu. Odegaard etosu miensa. Declan Rice etosu fourth. And a Partey etosu fifth. Enti Arsenal players ni na the odis kakase pa no the etosu fifth. Thomas Partey. £200,000 a week. Na sa £200,000 a week no. Only ko year na £10.4 million a year. And during the negotiation between Arsenal and Thomas Partey, on say Thomas Partey oyanda JJ Sports. And sa JJ Sports no, executive director for JJ Sports, Jose Daniel Jimenez. On the director for JJ Sports. On the Arsenal for wedding common and on say Simon Pesamode aketwani Rebecca Humpokrana. Ye maintain £200,000 na Partey no. And Arsenal for say enche bi omo be renew Bukayo Saka contract. Omo de Bukayo be ko £300,000 a week. And Partey age no and come person omo te so. Na diama papa friend say Jose Daniel Jimenez book free ni say kwaku te no person omo te so no. Ye tete say and come person omo te so almost be half. E ka hu bi na ye say omo twentwen so no. And come person omo te so be half.
But asemidi
enti eyiskasemu nti na Partey die no. Enso so akwa kosisa no. Enti so far dey say Saudi for naba Atletico Madrid wo ho, AC Milan, Juventus, then Fenerbahce Galatasaray. Barcelona ne Partey die no. Kwaku die tie nie. Se Barcelona be call for Partey, ade so maton ora Romeo. Se Partey betima move ya ko Barcelona. Ade so ora Romeo free Barcelona.
Na Romeo no be better.
Se so mu nya tofo. Enti se Partey situation no. Na Ghana ni abrantie. Jerome Opoku. Center back Jerome Opoku. Na nsaya na mpese meti Ghana fo no transfers nim. Ba hu se kudu so keka ne ho kakra, semenyo keka ne ho kakra, salisu keka ne ho kakra. Na Jerome Opoku enra me de Kamaldin Edie bro. The center back I will see a kind of Istanbul Basaksehir. Oh yeah, Ghana Blasters player Jerome Opoku. Onim say season na end no onya fine season for Turkish league no. Galatasaray for ne Istanbul Basaksehir for din komo for Jerome Opoku. I say Istanbul Basaksehir for no 9 million euros for Jerome Opoku because of the performance I showcase here. Enti Galatasaray for eba. Na kwaku Barcelona for ni ntie me no mu nyi omasum say Barca for no masum yi omo de brutal. Nico Williams kwaku na ni Brenna brace of so Barcelona no. Esen Crodom. Ni nyina na say. Onim say nra. Belba for ne ko na busuafo ho. Belba ko Nico Williams busuafo say. Omo ni busuafo na be kasa. Ontena Belba krom ha. Medical be catro say omo free Basque region e o Spain no. Eya den somebody disrespecting mpanyimfo. Entenra okay the last summer esi ye no. Mpanyimfo ni hu na busuafo na omo ne boy ne kasa na adwen sesa. Eno omo sa ko hu na busuafo. Se on person omo ne kasa na boy na adwen sesa. The open bi obe ya ma no. To say the last time the only be the highest paid player will Bilbao bonuses. Omo kan bia akra ne se da bi da gbede onjintu. Last summer sana mo ka kire me we die dem beke bia no impanyimfo onye se mibu manimtia meko Barcelona na some few hours Bayern force so try the wo so mo ye bia eno so abrante no asa bagu onim se Bayern for ne sa increase o musika no akra ne se da bi onko ope Barcelona na kwaku aha sei ana mehu se Nico Williams ne abre Barcelona no onim se ni sika o ne Barcelona agree ye no aye 12 million euros eno no ye gross ye nyante tax no ye te tax ana bonuses ka ho a 7 million euros kwaku de me ye ma hyeme ne ye say Nico Williams aka che ba sampanyin for say send salary ni mpokro be sa ate so mpokra no metim dia register no monte so e che how abrante na ye desperate so be join Barcelona enti Nico Williams say ne salary no so be sa ate so mpokra no metim dia register na omonsa ente so nti kwaku de ba no Manchester for latest offer for Brian Mbeumo and also so 60 million pounds. Manchester at the airco. Milos Kekes and Liverpool die no. Bournemouth for that is can so about 40 million pounds. Na Bournemouth for air 45 if Liverpool for omo they call a year 40 million pounds. Kakra e free horse so air ban nti kwagu. Okay. En some ne die e dɔso me hwɛ me nkrata no so. Mreno wadaroma. E dɔso bebre. On say abrante friend say Kwanza Liverpool center back.
Jarrell Kwanza.
Yes, wakache Liverpool for say Liverpool sin obeko.
Onko
obeko Liverpool sin no.
Ebeboa no.
Enti Liverpool for say okwa eni okofa Magei e de naba. Magei e free Crystal Palace. E de naba. Mate. Manchester so ne Benjamin Sesko asha ase. Manchester ene Benjamin Sesko asha ase.
Okay, come. Sweetie Biggie. Yam kwe. It's you.
So, my share from a club World Cup game to Basel, Real Madrid. To be honest, Real Madrid and the Al Hilal Kakubo game. May I sure say you would do what I expect to say. You more game I am porno. Now Real Madrid name just the victors, and I say Madrid are carried the day. Now Madrid are share Al Hilal, now Madrid calling him. That was the expectation of a lot of us because if you say one Real Madrid, an European team. And a very big club for that matter, the biggest of all clubs. Who you only free one more? Al Hilal and to free Saudi Arabia never. It's your team of free Saudi Arabia no about Real Madrid. Yes, certainly, you can't say Ibaqua, even without looking at the quality of players on both sides. Team will be in the first Real Madrid and the team of free Europe and so ever. Give me the chance, you know. I never for me who you say. The Real Madrid team is going to need time to adapt to the kind of footballer Coach friend says Xabi Alonso ever Football, maybe no me. When it comes to football, most of coaches, any players, Obia first season adaptation. Coach in the bar, a friend of Baba share ball opposite team the ball. Now players in those who are adapted, and in football, they be made to talk classroom home. Koku Obi IQ was ropa. If the coach in the chair tactics and system now, quickly now, now player connect na or bona near my kind of man. You will be to so on one. Coach in the chair, the necessary intimate. Obey your time kaka and sana what team yapeke. Obi one of my latter stages of the coaches a year at the end of another season no and sana what team yapeke because on not junior than the team to see different. Into all these things, a play a role with the performance at Real Madrid Bobo Kone down a day now. It's not mean Conco expected a lot when it comes to a play of the Real Madrid team, but individually, quality name Nanto Mbabebo, especially those who are new and aname kwakwa helmo. Me who denouncing clearly. On that kind of thing, I mean, who here Nations League, you know. He played as an established central defender for Real Madrid. Play on Real Madrid team na check. Raul Asensio. I be expected to be a leader at the back. And I mean, who denouncing rather, who was a leader at the back for Real Madrid Bobo Kono. Or no, so why you ready? So Real Madrid Bobo Kono bet me about. Why you ready? So coach in the philosophy and in the game plan, obey me executing it well. And so the Real Madrid Bobo Kono. It's performance I was dying in the just ended season. I was burning of team him. And the who Nations League, you know, it wasn't just by fluke. I branch and twice so and now. Am I young more than more? On Raul Asensio, that penalty committed was bad. If he was a gamer, now Real Madrid and near break, so being your points and your qualifier on him, maybe a Champions League semi-final, be Champions League. Make us say an all-important gamer and Cabranti and let Real Madrid down. That penalty at that stage or at that moment of the game, it was so poor from player friend Raul Asensio. It was needless, and they have to talk to him.
I say, oh, you're overly aggressive, Nancy.
Yes,
he got to impress.
Minim say Sergio Ramos tag now with the man in the team there because that tackle was needless. That was what we so. On player friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. So we talk Trent Alexander-Arnold. You have to know say player now what on offensively or a lot of options, but defensively that is where the player's deficiency is. When you play as a pressure back team so now you defend there or bet me a lot when it comes to defensive duties. Now say you won't do no Mendes no fullbacks or combine your offensive duties and defensive duties and you but Trent Alexander-Arnold the end and defensively or leave you a lot of spaces defensively. We won't say be opponent in each for so. But offensively, and in the first half, he was among the players that not completed a lot of passes for game him. Real Madrid. The passes for boy in the first half now, he completed 84% of those passes. In the game on minutes or last day, or for the final third of the pitch 12 times. It's clearly offensive as but when the expression on Real Madrid, a better thing, and so the Amasa Brandt able to me a lot. He didn't really have so much of a good game. But then again, yeah, man, another role. And so Real Madrid Bobo Konima. Now all bars an inverted fullback. And definitely a bit creative problems for Cardia Mano. And also be adapted to the coaching system and then to the Real Madrid team and Casa. Who you only free one more? Adia Bakwa who you say in the absence of Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid at times struggle anymore. I am saying this because Goncalo and also Gonzalo, the young player who started for Real Madrid and now as a striker. Social Madrid, Castilla Honoma. He's been a very good performer. This season at the Castilla level, about 36 matches and watched 25 goals at that level. It will be a prolific. Obeka said the money more also. But at the senior level, and clearly, Real Madrid needs to get another body. I don't know about in the absence of Kylian Mbappe. Hendrick is there, but Hendrick also Nankasane about Real Madrid. Bisa was a farmer nana. Hendrick Brazil was a different Hendrick from the Hendrick we've seen at Real Madrid.
Okay, let me ask this. Say all since he knew between Gonzalo Garcia and Hendrick, Unoya Xabi Alonso abe for one.
Me for Hendrick.
Okay.
Yes.
But still now Susu said the level ni Andrew.
Oh, of course. Say Oba, no, the kind of performance of them. There have been times I will no opportunity of boy. But at least that consistency will be here from a Madrid player. Team now will come. No. There are standards set by players. So my team will be down. We are going to grade your performance based on the standards of Omo Medica Babe Bona Sete. You can't see phenomenon the money. Yet Frank Garcia Munyade. They are not so bad. But you heard the Real Madrid left back position now. Marcelo Mobo no Mobo any standards no mo set you know. When mo dey no form too much. And the based on no medical and club the standards no mo set no. You dey grade you. And then until America say, Madrid making sure some Mobenyo obi and so was our position anymore. In case a Kylian Mbappe ni one, that token wouldn't be felt. And they have to work on their penalty taking. The last 19 penalties are Real Madrid enya. Almost 12 no 7. They've only converted 63%. And it is bad for a club like Real Madrid. Kwaku Juventus Susubo game. Now there are 2 people in the Juventus team. I'm here happy for them. First of all, your coach Igor Tudor. I am one person that I need trust. I will coach in Mukra. But I'm about for Juventus Boko. The other Juve person or at least. Baby all 4 more dear free no. Champions League no free and that Thiago Motta. It is on about the now. Remaining matches now I can all make sure so bet me I know. Now although I qualify for the Champions League. Eventually, Otimi yes Jumano. I will one more qualify for the Champions League. Or qualify here, Yaman a contract. There are a lot of coaches I be and Kobe relented. And Konyo so much serious, only that focused to perform for Juventus Bobo. But after saying a real league season, no, over 9 matches in the league, Obabe taking over. A winning 5, no draw 3, no losing just 1 against Parma. Almost started Club World Cup. He's picked up from where he left off in the season. The first matches were about 5, and so the boom. It is good for him. Oh, yeah, no, if you want to play a friend, it's around Kolomwani. Kwaku, I am happy for the player because at a point, na player friend is a Kolomwani or Paris Saint-Germain, a surplus to requirements. Onya be more because of one coach in the system. And then they disbelieve in the player. And the player if you want or do any Juventus. And that Thiago Motta. Or the first match for Juventus. Omu lose here. Omu lose 2-1 to Napoli. No, she go back. And the Mabo Bokono. The second game, Juventus win by 4 goals. Obo brace. The third game, Juventus win your size Obo brace. It's in the first 3 matches for Juventus. No, I shot 5 goals. The Diamond Juventus Bobo. The last time a Juventus is a striker. Ultimate TV was Roberto Baggio. It's now yet game. And the other strikers don't know competing. It's now all ban name kind of man. And then coach a friend Thiago Motta leaves the scene. On no they will buy. I go to the buy. No only so much trust in the player. It was Shasiasa or Benchino. No one used to design Vlahovic. And so man about Juventus Bobo Konimo. But a brand say anytime he gets the opportunity or try the possible best. Say Juventus Bobo Konim your baby Biamani who say he's a good player and he's in to stay. And we are getting the opportunity. Our club World Cup in the mono. Was I saw about 2 goals at the Juventus Bobo Kono. And after that 2 goals, reports sending them Italy. And on the timelines, and so say Juventus are shot so many Paris Saint-Germain didn't come on. So almost I per brand any loan biome. Not possibly this time around, almost they are ashamed with an option to buy. Because anytime they are granted any opportunity, and for home, say coach, you know, not only so much trust. On your opportunity to deliver, and it is good for the player. I am happy for coach. A friend say I go to the any player, and so a friend say Randall Kolomwani. Kwaku Mohamed Kudus. I feel said this is the time I want Mohamed Kudus make a move. Seriously speaking, if we are saying nipa biya si so na obobra, obiya wa ambitions, obiya wa botaye si na niso. And the ABA, there are times when you are making a move. The whole hand is a baby, I will say, and a baby. But I go through one we are now going to say, baby, or baby, I will copy an I say, what to be praying alcohol. I remember those days when we were kids at Obama camp. I had a friend. I was so on the none in Pipe in an Obaba be Piacra because when you told me Piacra will be a brabono. But Obe drew a crown. And on who saw more crown and so pre come be a friend is average. It's your fate, Obe 13 new goals at the targets, and so the man. Mohamed Kudus as a player, he was Ajax, a good player for that matter. Performance and he was so over goals in the gum. Who share Ajax? Now they are to West Ham United. West Ham United compared to Ajax in terms of history and status. Ajax such a West Ham United. But West Ham is in the Premier League. I want that kind of make us an audience any attention. It's not Kudus in that Premier League attention. Marketing now he's been there. The assessor Branty and the club no way. The assessor of Chairman Pounds on born Branty naturally. In the just ended season, maybe another number since the previous season, but the woman say Mohamed Kudus and West Ham United Nankasa Yinano, season 9 Shadam Koye. So if there's a new suitor, a project on one building, the new coach future or trust home, I'll bet me a platform more perform here. It is a deal what's our brand and try to push him and go through. Anya be ampono. Tottenham be Champions League in the coming season. West Ham United in count or Mobi or the 14th. And to repair that alone, I feel that Champions League platform, any be Mohamed Kudus, and he has to force his way through for this move to happen. I was our brand to push it.
Okay.
Ferdinand Amayo will say play out to me man paying for pressure me at home. Yes.
Okay.
Also on Leeds United, they be no chairman in the office. Manchester for so open Bamenko. Me pese me ko. So you have to do things to make sure so be more because